What's going on, everybody? Muhammad here, SEO Website Master. Is going to talk to you guys about 6 hacks that you can do to get your website number one using Google My Business. I've made the same mistake as everybody did, not setting up Google My Business correctly. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the 6 things that you can do to drastically improve your ranking, as well as avoid making mistakes while setting up your Google My Business. Okay, I understand that Google My Business has changed its name to Google My Profile, or I think it's Google Business Profile, but it's still the same thing, and it's still extremely valuable. It's one of those things that you can do to get your website to rank so high with very minimal effort. You can literally set it up in just less than an hour, and if you set it up correctly, you can rank exponentially high. Depend on what your competition is, but even if you're a new website, you can still rank pretty high if you set it up correctly. All right. Okay, so the 6 tips that I'm going to talk to you guys, the first tip is going to be, I'm going to say it's going to be your business name. If your business name is somewhat related to your niche, it's going to be helpful. More specifically, if it's a keyword, it's going to be even better. Now, below this video, in the link in my description, I'm going to put one of my videos that I did on keyword research, so you guys can check it out to help you figure out a good business name. But what the most important thing about a business name is not making it sound cute or catchy, but it's a mix of both. So you want to somewhat incorporate a keyword into your business name, as well as to make it sound nice, simple, and catchy. But one thing that you can do is you can go to Google Keyword Planner, and you can enter keywords for your niche and pick something that sounds somewhat related to your niche, but at the same time it's a good keyword. And then you want to incorporate that all over your website. So that brings us to tip number 2, which is to optimize your homepage. So you want to optimize the H1 tags, the H2 tags, the meta tags, the description, meta description, and in the hero section too, you want to add some of the keywords into that. But at the same time, you don't want to do what's called keyword stuffing, so you don't want to overdo it. You want to keep the density of keywords to be at least less than 10%. I think Google recommends it to be between 4.9 to like less than 5%, but I think if you're under 10%, you're going to be okay. All right, so the third thing is you want to utilize what's called GMB. GMB is a plugin. It's a spy plugin. So what you would do is, if you're a new business or a medium-sized business and you want to rank high on the Google search, you want to download the GMB plugin. And what it does is it spies on your most formidable competition, and you want to pick. You can see what type of keywords that they're using. And you can also see the category of the business that they're under. And this brings us to the third tip for helping you rank high. So on the third tip, it's going to be the category. So it's very important to pick the right category. The easiest way will be to look at the best in your area. So one of your best competitors, and see what are the most common categories that they're picking, and then pick that. And I believe if it's still the same, you still got option like your first category, your second category. So make sure you pick the ones that are most closely related to your business. The more specific, the better. So you want to be, if you're, let's say, an auto dealership, and let's say you specialize on only trucks and SUVs, you want to make sure you select the category that's closest to that, okay, instead of more of a general. The more specific you are, the better. All right, and Okay, so the fourth one is going to be your backlinks. Your backlinks are still one of the most important ranking factors. So there's so many ways to go about getting backlinks, but the easiest way to do it is to create your own content and then spread it out there, and hopefully the search engine picks it up. Some people like, share, and repost it, or refer back to you. So a backlink is basically when a highly reputable or any website with a high domain authority mentions your URL, and that's what's considered a backlink. So some people say you can reach out to your competitors and ask them, as a courtesy to mention you. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe you have a good relationship with your competitors. Maybe you guys can do a joint thing where you write an article about them, they write an article about you. I think it's far-fetched, but it's possible. Some people can get away with it. You can also create a bunch of social media profiles, and by virtue of you adding your URL, you're gonna create backlinks when you start posting content in those social media, and you start garnering likes and shares and followers and things in that sort. You can get backlinks that way. You can get backlinks from creating videos and dropping your link in the description, mentioning the link in your video, and if your video gets some sort of traction, that's gonna be viewed as a quality backlink. You can hire like article writers to write good articles about whatever it is that your business is about, or maybe it's you're giving out something of value to your customers, and if it's well written and if it's published in the right platforms that have high domain authority, that's also another good way to get backlinks. I'm probably going to make a video about backlinks specifically, just because it's so important, and I feel like a lot of people don't know about backlinks, so I'm gonna make a video on that. Now, the fifth really important ranking factor that you could use is taking advantage of Google reviews. A lot of people don't take advantage of Google reviews. They're so important. In fact, it's one of those single factors that if you're able to get more Google reviews, just by that alone, you can beat your competition. You can make sure every time you get a business or you get a customer, a client, make sure you always go above and beyond, and then you always gotta ask for the Google reviews. Most customers are not just gonna voluntarily give you a review. I mean, maybe 10%, somebody that was so satisfied with your service or product that they felt compelled to have to write a review. But for the most part, you're gonna have to ask for it, and when you ask for it, make sure you ask for it in a very professional manner, and make sure you let them know, hey, make sure you include some keywords. There may be like a little template that you can create, and then you can incorporate your some keywords. Make sure you have the right URL for your Google review for your customers, and then you can drop your URL as well as your social media links to build your following. You can even ask your social media followers to give you a good review. So there's so many ways to go about it, but it's Google reviews is so important. It's like one factor alone that if you just focus on, can significantly boost your ranking on Google My Business. Now, the sixth important factor, this is kind of like a hack. It's not really like a factor, but it's something that you'll take advantage of. It's Fiverr. Now, Fiverr is super cool. There are professionals out there that are really good at what they do. You can hire them for $5, and if you know what you're doing, you can pick some really quality professionals to do so many things for you. One of the major tip that I would say with regards to Google My Business, I would say take advantage of the Google Maps portion of it. Ask, make sure you select the right service for Google to amplify a Google review. There are some really quality professionals on Fiverr that really know how to set up Google review and how to get you to boost really high. A lot of it is it's pretty permanent, but you may have to do it like a couple of times for it to really stick. But it's pretty handy. Like if you rank really high on Google Maps, that's gonna automatically boost your Google My Business as well. But Google Maps alone is such a important factor because they always say like over 80% of people are mobile, and even yourself, I'm sure it's not too long when you use Google Maps for trying to find a restaurant or directions to go somewhere. So it's really important that you take advantage of that. You can also hire like article writers, people to help publish quality articles for you, and then also publish it in a very high domain authority websites. Fiverr is awesome. There's so many little tricks that you can take advantage of using Fiverr. I may have to make a video on that too, because I noticed not too many people are using Fiverr. If you take advantage of any one of these tips or all of these tips, it's gonna significantly boost your ranking. So if you guys have any questions, or if for some reason I wasn't clear in any one of these options, make sure you drop a comment, and I'll elucidate more on that. Okay, I'm gonna make some videos on backlinks, Fiverr. Probably need to do an update on keyword research, how I pick keywords, the right keywords. So make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. Okay, until next time.